Caroline's story is mind-blowing. Like, her testimony wowed me, and I'm going to bring this up. Okay, Caroline, I would like you to introduce yourself, and let's kick it.
Okay, my name's Caroline Atieno Nyanga. I'm a child of God by His righteousness, a mother of 2, a journalist by profession, and a third born in a family of 6, a Kenyan by citizen. Yeah, and basically, like I said, a child of God by His righteousness. And I'm happy to be with you here today to testify of the goodness of the Lord upon my life. Yeah, because the Bible tells us that each time God leads us through a battle, it is in our own interest to testify to His goodness as a way of thanksgiving, by not allowing our adversaries to triumph over us. That is why I'm here to testify of the goodness of the Lord. And I thank God for this chance, a second chance, yeah, if I may call it. God bless you. I went to school, I went to a missionary school. That is my early education, 844, at a school called Lua Girls High School in Nyanza. Nyanza is a province within Kenya. And it was a missionary school, like I said. It had a lot of spiritual issues. There were stories or myths that it used to be a cemetery. I do not know. It was just something that we were told. And there were a lot of strange happenings in that school. So when I was a student there in during my early education, there are a lot of strange happenings, like I said. There are children used to be found, in the dormitory. Strange happenings, like I said, that was related to spiritual issues. I do not know. It was a missionary school at the time. Then I proceeded to Lua Girls High School. That is the highest section of it, higher education. Still, there were strange happenings at the time, but I took it for granted because I was young. I mean, I didn't quite understand the spiritual issues that we went through. So I remember after my high school, I passed well. I mean, I went through an education system. It's known as 844 within Kenya. So after my high school, I went to India. And as you all know, or I don't know, India is normally described as the center of the devil by many due to their nature of worship. I do not know why. Maybe due to their nature of worship, like I said, they worship cows, goats, snakes, and they have 365 gods. Lord Shiva, Lord Shama, among many other gods. So I used to accompany my Indian friends to worship with them idols at the time. I was not born again, like I said, and it was peer pressure. So at some point, I studied, I took my education seriously, let me put it that way. I studied a Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration, Political Science and Psychology. That was my first degree within a period of 3 years. My second degree was Bachelor of Journalism for 1 year, and my third degree was Master of Mass Communication and Journalism for another 1 year. That was 5 years. And when I went to India, I was only 18 years old. So by the time I was done, I was in my early 20s. Mm-hmm. And like I said, we used to party a lot. At the time, peer pressure and stuff like that, and worship idols, like I said. Like the
regular parties, going out with friends and having fun.
Definitely. And I used to also party a lot, as in, the time I used to go for beach parties, like 3 days non-stop. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 days. Yeah. And like I said, it was just peer pressure. So I believe, that's all in the past, but that is what I did at the time. So, and by the time I was done with my education, I passed well. I had a first-class honors degree at the time. And I was so excited that I decided to party with friends. In our language, in Kiswahili, we say, sherehe ni sheria. As in, if you perform well, you have to celebrate. It's called sherehe ni sheria. As in, parties like a must. After when you perform well, it calls for partying, stuff like that. You get the point.
Or when you perform well, it calls for celebration.
Yeah, for celebration, exactly. So we celebrated with friends, and then on my way back home, everything was okay. Mm-hmm. We partied for 3 days, came back home, relaxed, and then I decided to go out to party again. So when we went with this friend of mine for a party, I had an accident.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was a very serious accident. I remember I broke my femur, my back. Basically, my right leg was broken 3 times.
No.
The lower and the upper part.
Oh, no.
And my left arm. I didn't know how serious it was until I went to the hospital. A good Samaritan helped me. And then by the time I arrived at the hospital, the doctor told me that I was in a very critical state. So my mother, my elder sister, and my entire family were informed. My late mother at the time was a nurse, and my elder sister is still a nurse.
Oh, okay.
So my mom and my elder sister came over to India, and then at the time the doctor said that I needed a blood transfusion because I'd lost a lot of pints of blood. I lost about 12 pints of blood.
Mm-hmm.
So I needed urgent blood transfusion of about 12 pints. Yeah, so during my stay at the hospital, the person who was responsible for my accident, rather who caused my accident, who was an Indian, he came and apologized, and I forgave him.
Yeah.
Because my late dad told me that in order for me to, make my ways right with God, I need to forgive those who have offended me. So I did forgive him.
True. And, we are all sinners. And if you don't forgive someone, God is not going to forgive you of your sins. And forgiveness is a way of healing too. So your dad was very right. That was wonderful.
Yeah. So apart from that, a pastor came over to pray for me. And he requested if I was ready to give my life to Christ, to accept Christ as my Lord and personal Savior. And I accepted because he told me that if I do, I'll be able to get well. So I was just doing it as a by the way. I was not serious. When you're told that if you accept Christ, you'll get well, you definitely accept. You understand? I was not serious.
Yeah.
So he prayed for me. And then after that, my transfusion began. And of course, the IVs and an operation that took 9 hours. So after the operation, I stayed in India for 1 month with my mom and my elder sister, and then we had to come back to Kenya. Now it was time for me to come back to Kenya aboard Air India. My late uncle was a manager with Air India at the time. So I came back to Kenya, I arrived at the airport, and I remember I was in a very critical state, like I said. So my elder brother had to get an ambulance to take me to the hospital. It was an old hospital known as Masaba Hospital within Kenya, Nairobi, in an area called Depo. Yeah.
Oh, so they flew you from India back to Kenya?
Yes. And I had to occupy a special seat, you understand, because I could not even sit. Like I said, my late uncle was the manager with Air India, so he made special arrangements for me to be able to, be comfortable. So by the time I arrived in Kenya, and an ambulance was waiting at the airport, my elder brother worked with the Forces Memorial, Air Force. He was a major and a doctor at the same time. So he made the necessary arrangements, and I was taken to Masaba Hospital within Nairobi, Depo, and admitted for a period of 1 month. So from there, I was discharged.
Yeah.
And then my mom made arrangements for a physiotherapist to come and, treat me in the house. So after that, I remember after the treatment, my condition got worse. It was not okay.
Oh no.
So I had to be taken to Kenyatta Hospital. It's a government hospital, but at the same time now the private wing sector.
Yeah.
Now the operation that was to be done this time round was to remove the plates. In India, the first time the operation was to insert plates. But prior to my discharge, the doctors told my mom that I'm talking about the best orthopedic surgeon in Kenya. He told my mom that I would never walk, I would never dance, and I would never give birth. Yeah, that was one of the best orthopedic surgeons that we have in Kenya. So I was hurt. You understand? Yes, like I said, after the doctor's report, my mom had to seek for had to find a solution to my problem outside modern medicine. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah.
So a friend of my mom told my mom about a traditional masseuse or traditional masseur. This is a person who uses traditional medicine to massage or to mend or to make, I don't know how to, or to treat fractures.
Like a traditional bone setter, pretty much.
Pardon?
Like a traditional bone setter. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
so the guy was based in a place called Kokuro within Nyanza in Kenya, Nyanza province. So I went there, of course, with the help of this family friend and my mom. And the moment we arrived there, the man spoke to me, encouraged me, and told me not to give up. He said, he would just treat me well and everything will be okay. Not to worry about the doctor's report.
Yeah.
And I remember, upon arrival, he had to crush the fractures again. It was so painful, such that my mom took off at some point and came back later, much later. And, there were so many people at his home at the time. I was not the only one. There were quite a number of elderly people, and of course, I think I was the youngest at the time. So, of course, it was so painful. Crushing the fractures meant that you either pee on yourself or even the other one. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thank God that was not my portion.
Yeah.